Lecture 35, Three-Phase System Basics, Star and Delta Connection. So the objective of this lecture is to understand the three-phase system, learn about its advantages over single-phase system, study star and delta connection, and learn about line and phase quantities. So what is a three-phase system? So three-phase system consists of three AC voltages like this: VA, VB and VC. All three voltages have same frequency and same magnitude and a phase difference of 120 degree between each. So individually these have total of 6 lines. In order to reduce the lines, we have two kinds of connection, that is star and delta connection. So star connection is obtained by connecting one end to one point like this, and these lines will act as the output lines. So therefore this will result in this kind of connection. So the common connection point is known as neutral, and now we have 3 transmission lines instead of 6 lines. Similarly, delta connection is obtained by connecting the single phases like this. So this line is connected to this point, this line is connected to this point, and this one is connected to this point. So this will result in this kind of structure. Therefore, we have 3 transmission lines instead of 6 transmission lines as out. This is a three-phase system in which the supply is connected in a star connection and the load is also connected star connection. That means that each impedance is connected in star connection. Three-phase voltages are represented in their instantaneous and phasor forms like this. So here VA is simply Vm cos omega t, that is VA is equal to Vrms angle 0 degree in phasor form. So this wave starts from 0 degree and in phasor form it is represented by this phasor. So VB starts 120 degree behind the first wave, that is VA wave. Therefore it is VB is equal to Vrms angle minus 120 degree. So it is starting 120 degree behind the red wave. So this wave represents the VB wave and this phasor represents the VB phasor, and the VC is lagging the VA phasor by 240 degree, which is represented by this blue wave which is at 240 degree behind the red wave, and in phasor format it is represented by this phasor. So this phasor is simply 240 degree behind phasor A, or it can also be called as it is 120 degree ahead of phasor A. Now phase sequence is the order in which the phases reaches its maximum value. So in our case, phase A reaches maximum value at the beginning, then phase B reaches its maximum value, and then phase C reaches its maximum value. For a balanced system, each phase voltage is same. That means that the length of each phasor is same and each phasor is separated by 120 degree. That means that all these angles are 120 degrees and the impedances are equal. That means that at load side all the impedance values are same. So this is a balanced three-phase system. So why three-phase system is used? The first advantage is it provides constant power delivery. So for a single phase system, this is a voltage wave, this is a current wave, and this red wave represents the power wave. So power is pulsating in nature, but for a three-phase system like this, the power is represented by these kind of waves, and when we add these three individual powers we get this power. So this power is constant power, therefore we obtain constant power in three-phase system. Therefore the three-phase systems are more efficient. Three-phase systems also use less conductor, which can be proved like this. So we know that P is equal to Vi cos theta for a single phase system and P is equal to root 3 Vi cos theta for a three-phase system. So from here I1 becomes equal to P by V cos theta, and from here I3, that is three-phase current, will become P by root 3 cos theta, and comparing that it will simply be I1 by root 3 because P by V cos theta is I1. So now the power lost, that is equal to 2 into I1 square R. Therefore the resistance for this case will be W by 2 I1 square, but in this case the power is equal to 3 into I3 square R3. Now R3 is simply W by 3 I3 square, and when we put the value of I3 like this, we get W by I1 square. Therefore R1 is less than R3, and since resistance is inversely proportional to area, therefore A1 is greater than A3. Therefore less conductor material is used in three-phase system. Now for the motor performance, the three-phase system provides a smooth rotating magnetic field. The three-phase motors are self-starting and provide better motor performance. Now phase and line components. So phase voltage is simply the voltage between line and neutrals. So this one is the phase voltage. corresponding to phase A, this one is the phase voltage corresponding to phase B, and the voltage between C line and neutral is phase voltage corresponding to phase C. Now line voltage is simply the voltage between two lines. For example, voltage between line A and B, this will be line voltage VAB, this will be line voltage VBC, and this will be line voltage VCA. Similarly, line current is the current which flows through the line. So this IA will be the line current flowing through A line, IB will be the second line current, and IC will be the third line current. Now let's establish the relation between phase and line components. So let's take an example of VAB. So VAB is simply VA minus VB. So this is line voltage. These are phase voltages. So in phasor diagram, this is VA, this is VB, this is VC, and if we stretch VB in opposite direction, this will be minus VB. Addition of these two phasors will result in the line voltage. So this resultant will be the line voltage. Now we know that this angle is 120 degree, so this will be 60 degrees, so this will be 30 degree. Now if we draw perpendicular to this line, and these lines, all these lines are having same length, so therefore this will be 30 degree. Now this length is simply the phase voltage VA cos of 30. Similarly, this will be also VA cos of 30. So when we add this thing, so we get the VAB will be simply equal to VA cos of 30 into 2, and this is 2 into VA root 3 by 2, that is root 3 times of VA. So therefore line voltage is simply root 3 times of V phase voltage, and from this circuit we can see that the line current is same as that of the phase current which is flowing through the phase. Therefore the relation between current is line current is equal to phase current. For a delta connected system, we can see that the line voltage, that is the voltage across these two lines VAB, will be simply the voltage across this phase, that is phase A. So therefore the line voltage is simply equal to the phase voltage in case of delta, but the line current, that is the current flowing through line, is divided into the phase current. So if we solve this thing, the relation comes out to be, that is line voltage is simply root 3 times of I phase or root 3 times of phase current. So let's revise in the table format. In case of star, neutral is present, but in case of delta, neutral is absent. So voltage relation, in case of star, line voltage is equal to root 3 times of phase voltage, and in case of delta, line voltage is equal to phase voltage. Current relation, in case of star, line voltage is equal to phase current. In case of delta, line current is equal to root 3 times of phase current, and these are its applications. So let's solve this question to further understand the concept. So here a balanced 3-phase load is given having each impedance as 8 plus J8. The supply line voltage is 400 volts. The first question is to find out magnitude and angle of the phase impedance. So phase impedance is 8 plus J6. Converting it into phasor form, we can have the magnitude is simply under root of 8 square plus 6 square, that is 10, and theta is tangent inverse of y by x, that is 6 by 8, which comes out to be 36.87. So in phasor form it is simply 10 angle 36.87 degree ohms. Now we know that line voltage is 400 volts. That means that this voltage is 400 volt. Now for a star connected load, we have to find out phase voltage, phase current, and line current. We know that phase current is simply line voltage divided by root 3. So it is 400 divided by 1.7. So it comes out to be 230 volts. So this voltage, that is a phase voltage, is coming out to be 230 volts. Now we can easily find out the current, phase current, using Ohm's law, that is I is equal to V divided by Z, and this comes out to be I phase is equal to 230 divided by 10 angle 36, that is 23 angle minus 36.87 amperes. So this is phase current, and we know that in case of star, the line current is simply equal to the phase current. Therefore the line current also becomes equal to 23 angle minus 36 amperes. Similarly, you can find out the values for delta connection, and these will be the final output values.